The Gluttons Come to Gloamhollow. A short story set in a Gothic D&D world. The sun dipped low behind the iron-tipped hills as four figures crested the ridge, their silhouettes black against the bleeding orange sky. They moved like nobility lost on the wrong road, draped in dark cloaks, fine boots dirted by the dust, their eyes hidden beneath wide-brimmed hats and hooded gazes. The first to speak was Mara. Her voice was silk laced with venom. Smells like piety and pickled onions. Small town. Easy prey. Lucian chuckled beside her, his gloved hands folded behind his back. He bore the manner of a warlock and the dress of a prince, though his teeth were ever so slightly too long when he smiled. We'll take it slow this time. A taste, not a feast. Behind them lumbered Brannock, the barbarian, licking his cracked lips and muttering about real meat. And trailing them all, silent as the grave, was Sylvi, the rogue with eyes like daggers and movements like a shadow already forgotten. They were the Gluttons. And they were hungry. Gloamhollow was the kind of town that had survived by being ignored. Nestled beside a lazy river and a forgotten road, it smelled of wood smoke, mead, and resignation. Chickens clucked in muddy yards. Old women swept doorsteps. Children played with sticks, blissfully unaware of the wolves that sometimes wore fine cloaks. At the Crooked Lantern Inn, the strangers arrived just after sundown. 4 rooms, said Lucian, dropping a pouch of coin onto the counter. And a private dining hall. We'll have wine, if you have any, and meat, rare. The innkeeper blinked. She nodded. No one questioned coin like that. The Gluttons didn't eat. Not food, anyway. But appearances were important in places like this. Later, Mara took to the corner of the tavern with her lute, spinning songs about tragic lovers and fallen kings. Her voice pulled the locals like moths to flame. Sylvi mingled among them, smiling too brightly, asking about family lines and bloodlines as though they were one and the same. Brannock vanished behind the stables with a butcher's apprentice. The boy didn't come back. By the second night, whispers rustled through the cobbled streets like wind through bare trees. A farmer found 3 of his goats bled dry, with only 2 faint holes beneath their necks. The mayor, Lina Fairbrook, started asking questions. A priest of Pelair, old brother Jallan, spoke of omens and warding rites. Lucian greeted him in the morning and offered a blessing in return. The old man recoiled as the sunlight caught Lucian's ring, and the holy symbol sizzled softly against the vampire's skin. Just a touch of eczema, Lucian smiled. That night, Penny, the baker's curious daughter, followed Sylvi into the woods. She saw things she shouldn't have, pale skin that glowed in moonlight, eyes that flashed crimson, and Mara's lips slick with something redder than wine. She ran. The Gluttons let her. Let the town stew in suspicion, Mara whispered. Fear is a fine marinade. By dawn, the mayor gathered a crowd in the chapel. They argued, accusations, prayers, desperation. The town wasn't armed, not really. Pitchforks and kitchen knives. Old Jallan tried a blessing over the town square, but his voice cracked. His god, it seemed, was looking elsewhere. The Gluttons watched from the balcony of their inn suite, sipping from goblets filled with something far thicker than wine. We should leave, Sylvi said softly, before it burns again. But we've just begun, Mara pouted. Brannock said nothing. He was already downstairs, tearing the door from its hinges. When the screams began, they echoed like music through the night. Lucian walked through the square, untouched, letting his eyes do the talking. One look from him sent villagers dropping to their knees or turning on one another. Mara danced between the chaos, her laughter rising above the flames. Brannock tore the priest in half. Sylvi vanished into the crowd and reappeared only when someone bled. It wasn't a slaughter. It was art. By morning, Gloamhollow was quiet again. Smoke hung low in the mist. The chapel was scorched. Half the town was missing, some dead, some fled, some simply never found again. The Gluttons rode out before noon, their cloaks trailing behind them like funeral banners. Too much? Mara asked, licking her teeth. Too loud, Lucian replied. Next town, We pace ourselves. Brannock burped. Sylvie didn't look back. Another village forgotten. Another chapter closed in blood. And somewhere, far ahead, another sleepy town waited, ignorant of the laughter approaching beneath the morning sun. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more stories.